It's time now for another edition of Chopping Wood with our good buddy Eric Wood. The Bills went out to Seattle and absolutely dominated the Seahawks. What stood out to you?
Well, the Bills were criticized for a slow start against the Titans. Then they came out firing on all cylinders out in Seattle. They scored on their opening drive for the third time this year, and they are now 3-0 in those games. And Josh throws his first interception of the season, but I thought he played lights out. He was patient in this game, and he took what the defense gave him, and then he spread the ball around nicely. And then James Cook had an awesome game on the ground. Shout out to the offensive line for imposing their will on the Seahawks. It was a nice, complete team win.
Well, let's start on that opening drive. The Bills' first play from scrimmage was a 23-yard completion to Dawson Knox. What did you see?
So they get in heavy personnel with Alec Anderson in the game, and this essentially just dial up a shot play. They got deep routes on the outside, and then they have Dawson Knox coming across the field at linebacker level, and their good buddy, Terrell Dotson, he was in on this play. He sucks up in the line of scrimmage on the play action. Dawson Knox beats Ernest Jones coming across the field. Josh delivers a nice strike, and this was a heck of a way to start the game.
Yeah, and then a few plays later, Josh found Keon Coleman for a 25-yard completion to get the Bills down into the red zone. Break this one down.
Here, Josh sees open room to the left, and initially Keon Coleman's not open. Eventually, the defender is going to fall down. Keon Coleman starting at the top of the screen has a nice release, and with all the contact out on the outside, it's a nice job by him keeping his feet and then understanding that this play is developing longer with Josh rolling out to his left. Does a nice job sitting in the open zone and coming down for an explosive play here.
And then just before the half, Josh connected with Dalton Kincaid for a 12-yard touchdown. What did you see on this play?
Orbit motion from Shakir a lot, and this messes with kind of that second level of the defense. But here, the Seahawks, with just a four-man rush, are able to get some pressure on Josh. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure on him throughout the game, but they do get pressure on Josh here. He's able to scramble up in the pocket. What I like here is Kincaid, who's working kind of at the bottom of the screen, just becomes QB friendly. You know, he's running a crossing route here, realizes, okay, this play is breaking down. I'm going to cut back to the middle of the field and just try and sit in an open zone, catches the ball, gets up the field, and scores him a touchdown.
Yeah, and we have to talk about Shakir, who had a monster game. Josh hit him for a 35-yard completion in the third quarter, and this was the longest play of the game.
Ran this package a lot with Virgil in motion in the backfield, and they ran out of this formation a number of times. Here in a stack formation, it's man-to-man defense. The defender, Job, gets a little bit lost here, and this is a nice job by Josh, just taking his time in the pocket. It was excellent pass protection, waiting for Shakir to clear that middle of the field linebacker, find him in the opening for a nice play.
And then in the fourth quarter, James Cook put the nail in the coffin with his second touchdown of the game. This one came from 7 yards out and was a beauty.
Nice blocking at the point of attack. It's nice blocking by Knox. It's nice blocking by David Edwards on the backside. On the front side, you're just trying to get those guys running and allow Cook to cut back. Well, he can go essentially straight up the field, and then got a spotlight my man Dion Dawkins. Another highlight reel block by him. He puts Ernest Jones on skates. Cook runs him over at the end. Jones has his helmet off on the play. That's a low light for Jones, highlight for my man D-Doc, who's been playing great football this year.
Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We'll catch up with you after the Bills face the Dolphins on Sunday.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it, Steve.